What's goody in the hoodie, goody in the hoodie, goody in the hoodie? Hey guys. So, on today's episode, we gonna talk about the power of moving with intention. Okay. What's the word I'm looking for? One of the priorities in my life right now is doing everything, literally every single thing with intention. Right? Down to brushing your teeth in the morning, making your coffee, putting on your clothes, even going to the bathroom. Literally do everything with intention. Don't just do things because it's mundane task and you have to do it, it's daily thing. No. Love on yourself when you're doing these things. I'm still in the process of learning how to do it myself. So until I really get locked in with this concept, I'll be able to explain it more to y'all lately. But the sun is beating. I need the sun, but it's beating right now. So it took away my glow, man. I can't even. So one thing that has really helped me with going about my day-to-day life, and like even with all the spiritual attacks that's been happening, and everything that I spoke about in the last video. Well, first let me tell y'all this. So for my 30th birthday in October, I decided to take a much needed solo trip, and I booked a flight to St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands, and I booked a private villa on the water that had floor-to-ceiling doors that spread across the entire room, and it outlooked 9 different islands. When I tell y'all, I haven't been anywhere since Hawaii as far as going out of the country, and that was in 2020. So I needed that trip badly. That trip changed me from the inside out. I've been so stressed out, and just like I said in the last one, just being so hard on myself and not giving myself enough credit for how far I've come, and how much that I've accomplished by myself. Zero support, zero physical. Don't get me wrong, my spiritual team, like I said, is always with me, but as far as the physical, I have been rocking thoroughly by myself. Okay, I have no type of physical support, emotional support, mental support, financial support, none of that. It's been all me thugging it. So I needed that trip, and it's crazy. Like I told you, the universe is always looking out for me and working out in my favor. It was a little tight, so initially I booked the trip for only 2 days, but I was flying standby because my brother worked for Delta. I was flying standby, and I had a connecting flight to Atlanta because that's the only place that went directly to St. Thomas. So I think the first flight from Florida to Atlanta, it was full. So if you know anything about standby, the flight full, you gotta wait to the next one. You gotta roll over until you're able to get on one. So I missed that first flight, and the next flight wasn't until later. And I think the flight from Atlanta to St. Thomas was at 1 o'clock. And if I waited for the next flight, I would have missed that flight anyway. So I just started to just stay and try again the next day. So I hit up the guy that I was renting the B&B from, the villa, and I asked him, I'm like, listen, I missed my flight. I'm not going to be able to make it there today. Is it possible for me to cancel today and extend? And he was like, I can't cancel it, but what I could do for you, I could give you a really good deal. I'll give you 2 extra nights for only $125. I said, give me that. I need that. He said, this is your birthday. You might as well treat yourself. I said, yeah, damn, can't be. I'm 30 years old. I deserve. So I ended up staying out there for 4 days, and oh my God. And I already like intentionally knew that I was gonna go there to just be still, because I'm always moving while I'm here and always on go, living a fast life, you know. Because I'm always on go, I was like, I'm going there to just sit in my room. I'm not even going to do no excursions or none of that. I'm going to sit and be with myself and my thoughts. And that's exactly what I did. My resort was beautiful. Like, they even had a nature trail there. They had pools. They had restaurants there. All kind of beautiful. So that was the first time that I was away from my son in a very long time. So, you know, I just got, for the first time since I've been a mother, I got to just sit with myself and be with myself. And Lord knows I needed that. It literally changed me. Like, it made me, that was the time that I got to finally pause and reflect on everything. And funny enough, when I was in the airport, so initially I booked the flight the day before my birthday, and the day after was my birthday, so I ended up having to travel on my birthday. But I thought that I left my charger, but I had it in my bag the whole time. I thought that I left my charger at home, so I went to the store in the airport and I went to go get a charger, and it had a whole library there of books that you could buy. And something just told me, just go browsing and just look and see what they got. And I stumbled across a book that was calling me, called The Power of Intention. That's what I'm currently reading right now. Get that book, y'all. It's really good. They even have an audio book on YouTube if y'all don't want to get the physical copy. There's an audio book that the author reads for y'all. But that book, it really began to change my perspective, and it was just right on time because I was going on vacation. I wanted to like reevaluate my life and start to change my perspective and stuff like that, and that book is what really like started to help me do that for real. But oh, I thought you was missing a foot. I'm in a nature park right now, so there's a crow over there, and I told you spirits is always around me, stuff is always around. But I'm intentionally putting myself first. I told y'all that in the last video. I'm intentionally taking care of myself. I'm intentionally giving myself. Oh, y'all, I ran out of storage, so if I'm gonna be doing this, I'm gonna have to clean up. If I'm gonna be doing this every day, I'm gonna have to clean up my storage and you know, figure this out, or get a memory card and transfer it or whatever. But what I was saying. So, because I'm making self-care such a priority now, literally since the year began, I decided, okay, let me just tell y'all. So last year, I started back with a personal trainer probably in like a little before the summertime last year. One of my clients is a personal trainer, and you know, he started to train me or whatever. And you know, I was only doing 2 days a week, and I wasn't doing anything. Well, damn, they all talking now, ain't they? So I wasn't doing anything when I was not working out with him. So I really wasn't, you know, it was a little bit, but it wasn't pushing myself and, you know, getting the results that I wanted to do in the time that I wanted to. So, but I was still going, and it wasn't too consistent because I had so much stuff going on in my life, and so much stuff kept hitting me back to back financially that I had to keep pausing, you know, the training and stuff like that. And one day, the end of July, I think the last day of July last year, literally I'm on the way to my training session with my trainer, and I'm on the highway, and somebody hit me with a pit maneuver. I was in the fast lane. So let me explain this to y'all. I was in the fast lane, right? And the highway splits into 2 different sections. So they had like one part that had a few lanes, and then when it's split, the other side had a few lanes. So I was on the right hand side of the split in the fast lane. There was a Mustang that was to the right of me, in the lane to the right of me, and he was trying to get over to the side of the highway on the left hand side. I guess he misjudged or whatever. At first he was in front of me, right? He was in the lane next to me, but in front of me. I could see him, and something just told me, like, I kind of felt that he was gonna try to merge over or whatever. So I don't even remember what I did exactly, but he ended up being behind me in the lane, and I guess he misjudged himself and didn't, I don't know what, but he hit me with a pit maneuver. You know that thing when the cops hit, when somebody's on the run and they catch them by hitting their back tire so they could spin out? That's what that person did to me. So they hit my back right tire trying to get over to the lane to the left of me, and I spun across the entire highway from the fast lane perfectly onto the right shoulder. This is what I mean when I'm telling y'all that supernatural stuff and miracles have been happening to me like crazy. It was literally like God put me in a bubble and carried me across that highway. Because when I tell you, as I was spinning, I was just like, I was calling God's name first of all, and I was just like, ain't no way that this is happening right now. Literally my words, like, ain't no fucking way that this is fast. Like, no way. As I'm spinning out, I'm nose to nose with another car. It's a lady. I looked at that lady dead in her soul, and she was spooked. Okay? Right after I was nose to nose with her, that's when I spun out onto the right shoulder. And when I kid you not, I was perfectly parallel to, perfectly. I landed perfectly on the right shoulder. Okay? When I tell you the second that I landed right there, you know how much cars zoomed past me after that? Imagine if those cars was coming as I was spinning. I would have got hit mad times. Okay? This is what I'm talking about. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. So, you know, I had to end up buying a new car 2 weeks after I got into that accident because the car was totaled. I walked out without a scratch. I was perfectly fine. I ended up having to wait at the side of the highway for 4 hours for a tow truck to come and pick me up, all kind of stuff. But we ain't gonna get into that right now. But anyways, long story short, I ended up having to buy a car 2 weeks after that. And, you know, that put me in a little financial bind because I wasn't ready to do that. I had to make a down payment and all that stuff. And then, you know, that put me behind. So for the rest of the year, I was playing catch up financially. And, you know, I've been getting back on board. So January came this month, and I'm like, yeah, it's time for me. I didn't work out for the rest of the year because I just was hustling. And January came, and I'm like, it's time for me to get back. I'm in good standings now. So I hit up my trainer. I'm like, you ready? Because I'm ready. Like, I've been longing to be back in the gym for forever and a day. And, you know, so we got back on board. So now I'm doing training. I'm doing like a 3-2-3-2 kind of thing. So 3 days a week, then 2 days, then 3, then 2. And then in between, I'm going to just be doing my own thing or whatever. So that's part of me being intentional about taking care of my health. Also, I stopped smoking a couple days before my son's birthday. My son turned 5 on January 8th. I decided that was going to be the last time I smoked for the rest of the month. Right? I haven't smoked since. It's been over 3 weeks. I haven't drank in over 3 weeks. During this time of, you know, me transforming my fitness, naturally my diet has changed. You know, I haven't eaten any fried foods. I cut out all garbage and stuff. I've been eating healthy, implementing a lot more protein into my diet and all that stuff. Like, everything's changing. You know, I don't even have a taste for the junk that I was eating anymore, you know. I'm taking care of myself literally from the inside out, and you can see it. You can see, look at my skin, okay? You know how much people be asking me, yo, what's your skincare routine? People be having like these 12-step routines. You know what I put on my skin? Raw shea butter, and that's it. People don't realize that when it comes to skin, it's from the inside out. And I don't drink nothing but water, straight water. Now I'm implementing protein shakes and smoothies and stuff like that, but it's all healthy stuff. Water. People eat all this garbage, and then they wonder why their skin be looking the way that they do and dull, and why they feel the way that they do. Your diet makes a difference. Fitness starts in the kitchen, okay? That's one thing that people don't understand. So that's the major part that I'm beginning to be intentional about, my health. I bought me a little personal ninja, you know, so I've been literally making smoothies every single day since I got that. I haven't skated in over a year. I don't know if y'all know, but I was skating. Like, I was a skater. I used to skate very often, but I ran my wheels down. Like, I literally went through like 4 or 5 packs of wheels because I was really putting in work with the skates. So I haven't skated in over a year. So I just recently bought a new set of wheels. They come in today, actually. So I'm back on it thoroughly. I ordered me a new pair of walking shoes because all the shoes I have, you know, I got Jordans and a bunch of, you know, aesthetic shoes. You know, it's not really health shoes. So I bought me a quality pair of walking shoes. They supposed to come like tomorrow too. I invested in a bunch of new workout gear. It's supposed to be coming probably this week or something like that. Like, I'm really being intentional about everything that I do, and y'all should too. It makes a major difference, you know, when you start to really like walk with purpose and move with purpose with everything that you do. Your life will change drastically. Okay, but that's the end of my message for today. I'll be back tomorrow or something like that. I'll see y'all later.